Hi guys, welcome to another video. Why did I spend videos and videos telling you guys how badly I've been treated at Hermes, how my journey is over, that I'm not playing the game anymore, and yet I go and buy a bag from Hermes from the flagship store in New York? Why did I do it? Let's get going. So in this video guys, we're going to talk about the background. We're going to talk about my background, my experience with Hermes. We're then going to talk about the opportunity that came along, and could I turn it down? Well, I didn't turn it down. And then thirdly, we're going to talk about the future. What does the future hold for me with Hermes? So that's what we're going to talk about. So firstly, let's talk about the background. I'm not going to go into masses of detail because I have many a video on that. So if you haven't seen any of my videos regarding my experiences with Hermes and the fact that I believe my Hermes journey is over, I will link them above and below. Go and have a look at those and maybe come back to this one. However, I will give you a little bit of background that I had an amazing experience with Hermes for many years, and that was with in London. And yes, I managed to get, some people would say I was lucky, some people would say it's not lucky buying a bag, for goodness sake. However you want to call it, I was offered 2 quota bags a year for 3.5 years, maybe 4 years, and yeah, in a couple of those years it actually was more than 1 in a calendar year, sorry, more than 2 in a calendar year. So I was very I do sort of believe I was fortunate. I was very fortunate to be in that position, but I had a really great relationship with 2 different sales associates in London, and I knew that my luck would run out one day, and it did. And yes, I wasn't passed over to anybody. Anyway, it's the whole story. I wasn't passed over to anybody. I then got in contact with somebody who eventually told me they would take me on, but then yeah, the relationship was just never the same. And then went to Manchester, and eventually, again a longer story, I was able to cancel the wish list in London and set up a new one in Manchester. So fast forward to New York. So off we go to New York. You will have seen the vlogs, hopefully. If not, go and watch those because they are so much fun. But I managed to score a bag in Hermes in the flagship store in New York, and it is just off Madison Avenue. And this is the Evelyn 29. It's in Clement's leather, and it's in the colour gold, which is the name of the colour that Hermes give this beautiful. It's like I would say it's in between a tan and maybe a caramelly colour. It is really rich colour, and I think because it is a rich colour, I really like it. Well, you would hope I would like it because I bought it. So let's talk about, let's just talk about the opportunity. So there's a little bit of background there that I felt my Hermes journey was completely over. No plan for any bags, haven't heard a thing, haven't been offered a bag of any sort for over 2.5 years. So relationships have changed, systems have changed, everything's changed. My Hermes journey is over. And I also said I'm not going to play the game, which is going and buying lots and lots of things as a ratio of 1-to-1 or 2-to-1 or whatever in order to be offered a bag. I won't do it. So that's where we were. Then in New York, I just walked in, had a look round. The store is beautiful in New York. It's 4 or 5 floors, and it is absolutely beautiful. And anyway, the guy that was upstairs in the leather department was really lovely, and he was chatting away. And he was the guy that actually, you put your name down on the iPad, but we were the only people in there. It was so quiet. So we're chatting away, chatting about football and whatever else. And I just said to him, I don't suppose while I'm here can just ask, do you have any Evelyns in the size 29? And he said, let me just go grab somebody and see if somebody can help you. So this other guy, sales associate, came over and he said, I think we do have one in a 29. And off he went, and he came back looking through his phone. I was looking at stock, and he said, I've got one in gold. And I just said, well, please may I have a look at it, because I just decided not to close my mind to things. I was given the opportunity to buy a bag in Hermes in the flagship store in New York. So Some people would have bitten his hand off and it wouldn't matter what bag, what colour, whatever it was, they would have just bought it. Any offer, any bag, anything, buy it. Some people would be, I would like to buy it, but I will only buy it if it is the exact thing that I want. And I completely and utterly respect both of those views. You can do, guys, whatever you want to do. I'm very much in the middle of going, I just listened to my gut at the time, and rather than being so rigid in I only want this, I am being a lot more open-minded. And I did say in my unboxing video that weirdly enough, I had done a video before I went to New York talking about how I'm starting to open my mind to other colours like browns and tans and caramel colours. And I obviously didn't know that this was going to happen. Now, you can never predict anything like this happening, particularly with Hermes. So I was starting to open my mind a little bit to other colours that might complement my wardrobe or complement my collection. And when he offered me this, I've got two choices. I either say, no, I much prefer black or navy, you know, or whichever colour, or I could just open my mind to it. And for me, I wouldn't buy anything that he would have offered me. I think I said in my unboxing video, if this had been in a pink or a yellow or certain greens or any pastel-y colours, they're just not for me. So I would not, much as I would have loved an Evelyn, I would not have taken one of those because it just wouldn't have been for me. This was actually a very interesting dilemma, if you like. And actually it wasn't a dilemma. My gut immediately said, I really want that. I really want that. And so that was the end of the conflict in my mind, if you like. So yeah, and I do think that the more that I've opened my mind to colour, the more I've realised that I quite like strong colours. So I think when it's been like a beigey colour, I think pastel colours, they just don't suit me and my skin tone, where I think this is a contrast enough that actually I think this will work. And I also do think that it would have been like a missed opportunity, one, to turn it down obviously, but secondly, if he had a black one or a navy one. I've got so many black bags and navy bags. I don't have anything this colour, and you might say, well, there's a reason you don't because you don't like it. Or you might say, well, that actually would work with a lot of your wardrobe. It will look really, really lovely with black outfits or navy. It'll look really nice with white, with denim. I think it's gonna be amazing. Anyway, so the opportunity was there and I had two choices and my gut said yes, and that was it for me. That was it. It wasn't even a question. It was always going to be I really, really want that. And I'm so grateful to that gentleman in Hermes because he was super lovely and nice. So that was the opportunity. So what does the future hold? Well, is my Hermes journey now back on track? Well, no, of course it's not. Nothing's changed in the UK whatsoever for me. I managed to go into New York. I just asked the question. I didn't need an appointment. I just basically said, do you have one? And he sold me one. He went to see, and that was it. And that is how it should be, isn't it? And it's crazy even thinking that we're talking about that as being, oh, that happened, how amazing. I need to tell everybody about that. Isn't that how it should be in every store? Of course, but it isn't in Hermes. So the future for me is, I see it like this. I really love the bags. I've always loved the bags. I have always wanted more Hermes bags. A couple of bags haven't worked for me, and that is just how things go sometimes, but there's nothing like, honestly, there's nothing like the quality and the leathers, and I just love them and I've always loved them. I don't love everything at Hermes, and that's why I've only really bought the bags. I don't really like the shoes. There's an odd pair of shoes that I sort of don't mind, but not enough to buy any. I have bought some costume jewellery in the past. I don't really like the ready to wear. It's super expensive and most of it isn't exactly my style. So I love the bags. I just love the bags. So I'm gonna keep trying to buy the bags. And you may say, well, how can you buy a bag from a brand that has treated you really badly? I don't think they've treated me really badly. I feel more that things have just changed, and when the new person came along, they were not interested in helping me, and that's okay. They've probably got a list as long as their arm of clients who are clambering for different bags, and why should they bother to help me? It's just one of those things, isn't it? So, and also that is that one person, or that even that store as such. That doesn't mean that the whole brand across the world is a bad brand to buy from or to be affiliated with. My experiences overall of all of those years of Hermes have been very, very positive up until this last couple of years, which haven't been so positive. So does it mean I'm back on track? No. Does it mean that I'll never buy from them again? No. I always said in my videos, I love the products, and I would love to sort the relationship out because I want to be able to buy the bags, and I do still love them. So I do think my future with Hermes is very, very uncertain in the UK. I will keep popping into Manchester and seeing if anything's happening. Other than that, I am extremely lucky to be able to spend my hard-earned money on a bag. But I do feel fortunate that I was offered this, and I'm gonna absolutely love this, and I'm going to, as I do appreciate it, I'm stroking it because it's so lovely, but I'm just gonna use this and wear this with pride, and I hope that one day I'll be able to buy more. Special order is never going to happen, is it? It's absolutely never going to happen, and I've come to terms with that. That's okay. And I know it's just a bag. I know. Let it go, Deb. Let it go. Time to let it go. But yeah, I think the future is what it is. We will see. I'm not closing any doors, and I'm not closing my mind to things, and that's how I live my life. We will see is always the answer. We will see. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will see you on another one.